waste of time. It's nothing but flowers. You got, we caught a rattlesnake. Now we've got something for dinner. Alright, so I got the reference photo done already. Look at that, look at that. I'm getting better. No, I'm not. Terrible. I was an angry young man, but I contend I was a billboard. This is I'm in love with the beautiful highway. Yeah, that double the cover won't go down, like, right? About that, peaceful oasis. And Dairy Queens and 7-Elevens. We fell apart. Nobody paid much attention. I better crank it down a little bit. I don't want to be like I said, I never want to be boomy. It's probably still too much. Tweak them a little.
Tweak the noggin.
Ah, buddy.
Now, I feel like I should start this off even though there's probably like no anybody here.
Oh, somebody here. Hello, whoever's here.
I've been fighting a bit of a sinus nose thingy. That's the only way to kind of like but it's been affecting my eyes. So I'm pretty good on the medicine right now. I think it should be okay through till about 10 o'clock. And then at that point, I'm going to have to take some NyQuil, because that seems to be the only thing that's effective against it, like that type of decongestant. So, I might be a little Johnny Depp-ish when in the night here. Got a real type of thing going down, getting down. It's a whole lot of rhythm going round. Clean it off like I don't have 2 more freaking crosses to do. Am I stupid? Don't answer that. This sounds stupid, as they always do for me. But it's funny. Last night, one of the categories on Jeopardy was French artists. I think it was French painters specifically. And I know for me, art's mine, so I don't know whether people have other things or not. But like, when a Jeopardy category comes on, that's like your thing. Does anybody else get belligerent? Like I get like, like one of them was, it showed nude descending the stairs. Now, mind you, that's one that we actually have in the Philadelphia Museum of Art, so it's one I've seen many, many, many times. But like, and I guess I should take that into consideration, but I didn't. So it was like the last one too. It was like the $2,000 question or whatever for that category, because it was in Double Jeopardy. And I'm sitting there, it's Marcel's shop, you ignorant face. Like, mind you, these guys like already ran the board like 10 times over on me. But of course, now I can claim intellectual superiority. So I'm like, you uncultured swine. I don't know. Got a real type of thing going down, getting down. It's like this one little moment I can lord over you Jeopardy players that are like 1,000 times smarter than me. And lord it I shall. Look at this shit. I'm not sure. The blue's already done. We want the funk. Give up the funk. Oh, we need the funk. We want the funk. It up a little bit. Let's get it out from the sky using a little bit of green. It's going to be necessary. Just get a little something else to pop it off of there. You gotta have that funk. Now I'm sitting again. I can turn this back up. Go away, pops. Okay. This mother out. We're gonna turn this mother out. Oh, these aren't dry, that's good. As I was watching Jeopardy tonight, I'll be honest, I probably could have rocked it tonight. I would have had to beat the dude that was their champion who won, but he's like fast on the buzzer. But a lot of the stuff was like stuff that I knew too, so could have rocked it pretty well tonight. It's like the one episode in like a million that I would have had a good shot at. Would you believe my dot is set for, its volume is set for 3 right now? It's that fucking loud. I mean, mind you, it goes through like another sound system, but still. That's loud. I'm hearing it through Parliament, for God's sakes. I had to chuckle a little bit today. I had a revelation that, I mean, it should be technically, I guess, considered a good revelation, but I don't know if it really is or not. It's more like it was like an acceptance of fate, but not entirely. Like it's a weird spot to be in. Like, I'm hoping it'll help me deal with the frustration not being able to get out of Siemens right now. But a little bit of what happened, I guess. My lunch break, which is not actually when I eat lunch because I never make it that far. My lunch break is usually now, at this point, it's going all the way back to like 3:15 to 4:15. I usually end up eating lunch around noon anyway, but I eat at my desk and I just, suffer through or whatever, all the phone calls and shit that come in, and I take bites between shit and whatever I can get done. Stop it! Why is he so loud? Anyway, while I'm, so like I said, I just take off my time, just I get my hour off or whatever, the phones and stuff. And I draw usually now. I work on this bridge drawing I've been doing for a while now. It's coming along quite nicely. I mean, I'll show like the photo of it, but... Or you go over my Instagram at Menaceart, you can find it there too, but you'll get a better shot of it than you'll get off my phone. But anyhow. Yeah, I didn't know this will actually show up quick. Like, it's coming along really nicely. I'm quite pleased with it. But anyway, the I'm sitting there drawing, and I kind of noticed, I've spoken before about the quote unquote, I'll call them rats, but they're not, they're people that are at this office. And there are people that they really confuse me because it's like, dude, they're willing to throw people under the bus for anything, and basically in hopes that one day they'll be, like in my manager's position, which is like only like, I guess 2 steps up before they retire. I mean, my manager's on the edge of retirement. It's like, and that kind of strikes me as really weird. I don't, You'd be an asshole for, the hope that one day you'll be in a spot where you can be a bigger asshole, I guess. I assume that's what they'll end up being. But I looked over and this one dude was, as I'm drawing, I had my hand like this. I'm very, I was very pensive about it because what I'm trying to do is really hard. I'm literally trying to change my style and create a form of art that's something I haven't seen before. And it seems to be working in the pencil sketches, which is a sketch because it's really only the one major one I'm doing right now. But I happen to notice, like I look over out of the corner of my eye. I didn't really like look over, but I happen to see him. Oh, Mike, what's up? You'll not say nothing bad. No, but like I looked over, I saw the dude like kind of like mimicking me, like quite like he's like, and he's standing up talking to one of his friends. There's no other reason for him to sit there like this, exactly like how I had my head. That I could figure out. And that maybe isn't, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But like at first I was like ready to get instinctively just pissed off, and I was like, you know what? It kind of occurred to me that I just don't belong there. But I realized I don't belong anywhere in the office. Like, it's just not ever going to be, I could leave here and the next place will be just as bad. So, I mean, I guess it's a much more existential awareness. What do you think, Mike? To just be like, I can just
I'm hoping they'll let me just accept sort of the bullshit. I mean, I still want to try to get out, but like, maybe not be as frustrated about the fact that I can't, because it's like I just know in the end, once I leave the, like if I were to get out of Quest, or get out of Siemens, it'll be like Quest where it's like I'm out, yes, and then it's like the honeymoon period or so will end, and then it'll just be more of this same type of office bullshit. Oh, well, I mean, I've just been saying it. No, I was just saying, like, I kind of had this revelation that like a dude was sort of like, I think it definitely appeared. It was kind of mocking the way I was sitting while I was drawing, and he's one of the scumbags that like he rats out like if well, I should say if anybody, if I lose my temper after dealing with a customer, I hang up the phone and mother effer, like suddenly I get a phone call from my boss who's in Georgia, and I heard there was an outburst, and like I know exactly what it is that called him. And this dude, like I said, he didn't know that I saw him, but I think his wife or fiance works there. Might have seen him because she made a nudge when I sort of peeked out of the side of my eye. But like I said, I kind of hit this revelation of like, you know what? This shit ain't gonna get better anywhere. Like I'm just. I don't know that one. What are you? I don't know what to set it off. I don't know. It's just like a. Yeah, you know what? Hey, I'll kind of get out, but I'll still try to get out, but I'm not gonna get as pissed off when it's like I don't get any calls back from my resume or whatever. Just sort of do my best to roll with it because I know this is just gonna be. I'll be changing the settings for one bullshit to another bullshit. I wrote Bill like this big diatribe, about it because I was just like, right as it was happening, kind of thing. Like, look, it's like. Like I was talking to Heather when I came home, and I was just like, look, it just occurred to me, like, look, I just don't fit in offices, but I also don't fit in like. I wouldn't be able to do like trucking because. Let's be honest, the first truck stop I'll be at, I'll probably end up in a fight. Just from a friend I have that is a trucker that talks about her encounters. Can't find a flag that don't suit ya. I'm like, I don't belong, and I couldn't do a construction site type thing. I want to be good on that. So I suck at building things. First house I'd build would catch fire in like a week. Yeah, nice. I'll zoom in a little bit just to get a better camera view of that. Anyway. Yeah, I kind of said that, like I said to Bill at the end, it was like my only recourse in the end, technically, is one that probably is never going to exist, which is to make my living off of selling my paintings and shit, and that's just not going to likely happen anytime soon. So it's just like I just gotta have to suck it up, deal with it, do what I can to make sure I don't have another breakdown, and. Like, I made me think to myself that I gotta kind of figure out that there's the likelihood of me getting a good gallery show at some point is probably low because Well, that's just it. Depending on what the pay scale is a big problem because I can't lose too much cash to start. I mean, that's the biggest. Was one of my biggest issues in finding another job. I've gotten a couple calls back, but it's been calls that were, 30% less than the minimum I can take to leave and not have to give up painting again. It's like, yeah, that's true too. And I think, like I said, until I do make this transition to the stuff I've been playing around with, I just think it's out anyway. Like, I'm not going to be able. I think when I do, if this jump or whatever in style works, how I think it should work. I think it should work. Well, that's actually. Oh, I'm screwing that up. That's not the right color. But I didn't realize that. That's right. This isn't fixed. I think that would be something because it'd be definitely. It's definitely different. What I've been putting around with. So. Yeah, no, and that's just, I don't know. I've tried to hit up a couple people that I know that still, that have been solidly showing since we graduated. See if they could give me any good leads. I'd be okay with trying to pop into, like, say, even just the Chester County area. I mean, that's why I joined the Chester County Art Association, was I thought, well, there's money to be made out there. The Chester County Art Association didn't quite pan out how I wanted it to. And they raised their prices like god awful this year. Like, it went from like $40 a year to it's now up to $75. I was like, for the annual dues or whatever. I mean, I guess it beats the what collective gallery was it? There's a collective gallery in the city. It's, if you're accepted, I think is what it is, but it's like $125 a month. I was like, haha, fuck no. Or maybe it's $175 entrance fee and then $120. I forget what it is. It's something ridiculous. I looked at it and started laughing. Because I'm at my desk literally like, no wonder they think I'm crazy there. I'm at my desk like cracking up laughing at it because I was like, yeah, okay. Like, can you blow me where the Pampers is? I mean, technically, that's one of these. It's not really. I know it's not going to get into the Philly scene per se, but like this piece, I mean, for the most part, it's kind of that. I mean, I've been kind of unapologetically talking about how I'm kind of whoring myself out here. That my family friend Bev, who bought the painting I did of the John Hines Reserve. She suggested I do this, donate it to the, I guess to the church. I don't know, for them to auction off or whatever for fundraising, with the intention, or the general consensus being that maybe someone loses the auction, decides they want something from me or similar or whatever. It's worth a shot. Couldn't hurt. Yeah, like last year was definitely like rebuilding year, you know. Let me steal a term from sports. Like it was me shaking off my crazies, and then this year's been much more about, yeah, I guess to a degree, I guess brand building. You know, the commission for you, for Bill, for Lou. It's like all that stuff helps a little, you know? You know, even like the still life I did at the beginning of the year was really just like, alright, I just want to do something kind of nice and quiet. Yeah, nothing overly, you know, concerned with the aesthetics of it or anything like that. Just get something down on the ground and working. Boom, 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 boom. Stop it. I told you to skip this shit. I'd like to get my ass down to First Friday again, but apparently it's like almost non-existent at this point. Like the other was last year when I went to go see the Loving Vincent movie. Like that was on a First Friday, and I was like, "Oh, sweet! I'll go hang out at First Friday," you know. And I like did one of those is it like Park Hero or Spot Hero or something like that, whatever it is. Like they reserve you a parking spot supposedly at like different, you know, parking garages or even on the street or something. I was trying to do the street one, but I was like, all right, let me do the parking garage, and this way at least I can get a spot saved in the you know, one that's pretty close to there. And so I did that, expecting First Friday to be a mess, you know, expecting to be that area. It was down at the Ritz, so it's like right, you know, old city. It's like, all right, I got to make sure I don't, you know, get down there a little bit before everything gets crazy hectic, and I try to like park, and I'll just spend some time wandering the galleries, and then I'll go to the movie. And it was like, I got in there, I was like, it's dead. It's nothing. There's nothing going on. Like, and I was there. I mean, the show was at midnight, and I got there at like 9 o'clock, something like that. I went down. And I'm thinking, okay, I was expecting it to be in the middle of hopping, let alone, you know, and no, it was completely shot. Everything had closed up. All the galleries were shut down pretty much. I think I got into one. And then I just sat in the bar and... Hey everybody, it's good to have you on the Oreo side. I like that name. Thank you for the follow. And I'll have to make sure that if I ever meet you, I don't have any Oreos on me, so you don't destroy them. I'll hide my stash. More specifically, my daughter's stash, because she's the one who eats them for me. that name. So what's that? That's 48, right? 2 to go? It's 48. 2 to go. And man, like I said, I gotta finish the drawing, but that drawing I'm working on during my lunch breaks will be a giveaway. Random number generator, going to pick. Come on, get some stuff from there. Light V. Oh, Mike, you know, I saw something, I'll really show here. I saw something pretty cool about one of the Van Goghs. Well, it was actually two of the Van Goghs that we saw at the Van Goghs a few years ago. I mean, it's like, all right, it's cool to me. Let's put it that way. I don't know if it's cool to anybody else, but it was talking about it was what is it? It's like a cherry tree under sunset. All right, it's. You know the one. I'm going to try to describe it as best I can. You know, it's like a tree with it's under evening skies. So it's like, you know, the yellow background. It's down from the later time period when he was in Ovier. And yeah, there's a little tree in the foreground. Oh, not a little tree, but it's a big tree overhanging the foreground. You know, real wide canvas. There's specks on it that I never, ever thought were out of place, but apparently they're actually transfer from another painting that he had placed them when he was just storing them around face to face, and they got shit on them. And the other painting was the Fields Under Thunderclouds. In case anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, it's easier to just do it. Where are we? Over there. Alright, so that's the wheat field under stormy clouds. That's out. So that's the one that was pressed up against it. Alright, and that's that. And the parts that they're doing, I'm trying to get close. These marks right in here. And there's a blue mark. It doesn't show up in this picture. If you go to the Van Gogh Museum's website, you can zoom in like crazy on that shot, and it's up in the sky area, obviously, but it's from the thunderclouds. I thought it was fucking cool. I was like, I just thought he put those colors in there. It just made sense to me. Because they fit well enough in there that it was like, that's probably why I didn't try to fix them. You just looked at them and was like, yeah, okay. But they did like samples, and I figured out that, you know, it's likely that painting. Because their time periods are similar and all that shit. And I was like, look at that. I'm actually heading back up to the pop-up exhibit that they have at the King of Prussia Mall this weekend, as like my own version of like methadone, basically. Something just to, you know, give me a little fix, just a little bump to get me through. And they have both of those in reproductions, so I want to like look at both of them. I want to see if there's anything on the thunderclouds that, you know, that looks slightly out of place. I thought it was cool though. I'm sure everybody's like, that's so stupid. And I'm like, yeah, but it's cool. Just feel free to roll your eyes at me like my wife does. Yeah. I got a chuckle too. I was watching it. Like I've been watching a lot of videos about Vincent recently. Again, I should probably just go ahead and throw on like either Loving Vincent or Lust for Life. Just get it over with because I know it's building up to. But shake ass, his face screwed up like you having hot flashes. Anyway, but I was watching this one. It's intended actually that like it was. Once I started, it was like, oh, this is intended for children, and I was like, all right, let me watch this. And the guy actually was cracking me up because he kept saying like, you know, he's imitating like he's being Vincent. Hey, you remember seeing this? Come on. It was just weird. It was like one of those like little neat things that's like, yeah, I guess to me it's like this stuff when like they find like, what is it? It's in the olive trees. They found like a thorax and stuff of, you know, I think a grasshopper or whatever. It's just, it's like a crazy little dumb thing, but it's like, that's so like, you know, I don't know, it's like a thing that they can now use to like ping down almost exactly when the painting was made because like the season or whatever of the, you know. See, I remember it like it was yesterday. When we were at the pop-up exhibit, the first time we went, my wife and I and the kids. What they're doing, like I said, it's they're shitty reproductions. Like they're like 3D printed reproductions of the some of the paintings, and it's like they we went in there, and the guy like there's a guy who's from the Van Gogh Museum. Like he comes over with a Dutch accent, and you know, I like this painting over here, and he starts talking about thunderclouds after We Feels Under Thunderclouds, and so I start like I saw this painting, you know, back with the Van Goghs when you guys were redoing the museum, and I start going off all this stuff, and it's like I saw almost like the defeated look in his eyes of like we were having a good conversation, but it was like I think he wanted, I'm here to educate, and it's like I've forgotten more than you could ever educate me with. Like I should work in your museum. Though I know that would have just as many potential issues. But I was like, yeah. And then there was the funnier part was not him per se, because he at least, like I said, he was from the Netherlands. He was like fresh off the boat for this touring with this like pop-up exhibit. But then they had like another, like this girl comes up and she's definitely like here from the mall, you know, kind of thing, and just working this part-time, and she, do you guys have any questions? And I just like started chuckling. I was just like, no, you can't help me. But I was talking to the guy, I'm like, yeah, I remember seeing this one, I remember this one. It's like, this color isn't right here. I'm like pointing out on the, because they 3D printed them, so, you know, it's still like a print, just with some texture. So I'm like, this color's wrong, this isn't right, doesn't match, you know. I remember the color, the slight hint of violet that was not showing up in prints, and like as if I looked at it yesterday. I'm trying to get up to New York before it closes. There's a Delacroix show of his drawings, which are I really want to see. And Allie's been begging me to take her up to New York to see. She wants to see Starry Night because she's never actually seen it, and I was like, well, yeah, you can't say you actually like the painting until you see it. And then so I was like, well, if I take her up there, I can then we'll go to the MoMA and then we'll run over to the Met. But I'm actually thinking I may become a member of the MoMA because it would be cheaper for me if I take Allie and Andrew up. So Andrew's never been to an art museum, her boyfriend. I'm like, well, we gotta fix that. If he expects to be in this house. Yeah. But we have to, if I'm going to take them up, it's actually cheaper for me to become a member as an artist member of the MoMA. Buy Andrew's ticket as a guest for $5 and let Allie go in as a student discount then for me to take them all up because Andrew's not really a student anymore. He's a soon-to-be police officer, so I was like, wow, I'll never use the membership again, but it's cheaper to do it that way than it is. Smile on ya. That Delacroix show looked nice. California knows how to party. California knows how to party. In the city of LA. In the city of good old Watts. In the city of Compton. Keep it rockin'. Let me welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West. This track hits your eardrum like a slug to your chest. Actually, let me got something else I wonder if I can find it. It's still there? Tell me it's still there. Oh, 480,000 people went to that show. Huh. Damn it, they took it down. Shit. I think they did. Let me see if there's got to be an archive. Come on. No, it did. They took it off the site finally. Shit. There was a virtual tour that stayed up there for years. I mean, it was up there forever. The Van Goghs. It was so bad. It was like, I mean, you think about the internet at that point and what their best was. The only trick with my plan to get the kids up to, well, the older kids up to New York to the MoMA and everything is that I have to re-explain to the wife that it's not a good idea for everyone to go together. Because if everybody goes together, then at that point it no longer makes sense to me to do the membership thing, really, because it'll cost me a fortune for everybody to go. I was trying to do this for like $50 rather than 100 and something. Plus, if everybody goes with me, I can't go through the museum like I go through a museum. I'm definitely in the house. Always up to no good. Some kids aren't in bed yet. Okay, good. Let's be that judge. Ain't that fucking kinda hard on you? Let's be like George. Ain't that fucking kinda hard on you? It's hard when it started. Hard when I get through. I'd be funky too. Ain't that fucking kinda hard on you? It was hard. Hard when I started. Hard when I get through. Plus I got reminded of the wife that she hates New York in Christmas time. I might not be able to wait that long, actually, because I think it's over before Christmas. I don't know. Hot and good. Let's be like George. Ain't that fucking kinda hard on you? Gonna be hard when I get through. That fucking kinda hard on you. It's hard when I started. Gonna be hard when I get through. nature to me. Ain't that funkin' kinda hard on you?
It should be liquidy. It's not liquidy enough. It's probably gonna be too liquidy now.
Yeah, actually, I think this is do not sound. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam. Let's do this a little differently.
Why do I still hear my son's gunfire going off at 9 o'clock at night? He should be getting ready for bed. He's not even upstairs yet. I suppose my wife has not screamed at him. I still hear gunfire, so either someone broke into my house and playing my PS4. Kids don't have off tomorrow. Let's reduce the strength of this a little bit. Put them off. Who's the black private dick who's a sex machine with all the chicks? Shit. Damn right. Actually, let's do it this way. Who's the man who risks his neck for brother man? Shit. You.
look back when those things are all about. Shaft. Right on. You see that Shaft is a bad mother. He was talking about Shaft. Complicated man that no one understands except as a woman. Shaft. He's gonna be really upset. So I'm about to go in there and just turn his goddamn game off, whether he's just won, lost, or what. He was supposed to be upstairs an hour ago. And he can't give me that bullshit about it. He can't read a clock because the clock's right goddamn there. And it ain't a, analog clock. It's digital. He can see it says 9 o'clock. So it says 8 o'clock, whatever. He's going to be very upset. I'm surprised my wife has not come down here and screamed at him. That really shocks me. She knows I'm up here. So I have a note for when it comes back. I will need that color. Oh, I think he just ran upstairs. I think he knows this is some shit. I think he knows this is some serious shit. This baby hit 88 miles an hour. That's all I gotta say. You know what I mean by that? This baby hits 88 miles an hour, you're gonna see some serious shit. That boy's going to see some serious shit. See, it's especially bad because he didn't eat his dinner tonight. He decided that the pasta that he eats any other time, because it might have accidentally touched his meatloaf, that he won't eat. Even though my wife doesn't do anything, she literally makes it like a meatball, just puts it in a loaf form and then puts stuff for us, like me and Sophia and her, on as a secondary thing. So it's not even on there when she's cooking it for everybody. She just adds it like a topping. So it should be nothing. There was no reason he shouldn't have eaten his dinner. I guess the only plus of this whole thing with him and his weird eating habits is that, there just comes a time where almost every kid at some point thinks about challenging their father to, in some sort of physical contest. And when it comes to him, he's so malnourished because he doesn't eat properly as much as we try to get stuff past his mouth. If he tries it, he'll get his ass whooped. Well, his sister will whoop his ass now. I'm talking the younger one. She likes to beat up on Allie's boyfriend, and there's just a couple times I'm worried about him. And he's trained to be a cop. It's yeah, you can take on criminals, but can you take on Sophia? I wouldn't do it without a cup, I'm just saying. I'd bang it all day. Goes bang, bang, bang. Just looking for much. It's all relieving, know that you're leaving as soon as you get paid. It's so relaxing, yeah, that you're asking wherever you get your way. It's so soothing to know that you sue me. I miss the comfort in me inside. I miss the comfort in me inside. Yeah. Coffee's taking effect. False witness, I hope you're still with us. Save the flood I drowned. Our favorite patient, display of patience, disease-covered pungent sound. She'll come back as fire to burn all the liars, leave a blanket of ash on the ground. Alright, back itches, and then I gotta run upstairs and put the brats to bed. Alright, so give me a few moments. The little monkeys to bed, and then back to work. Well, have a good stream. I'll see if I can stalk in on you. Like, put it on at least so it's gives the other viewer, you know? Hey. Register something. That helps boost. I'll go over now. Actually, I'll wait till you go live. So, alright. What do I do? Oh, wrong one. I get it over there. Transition to there. Alright. You're still hosting me. Knock that shit off. probably a terrible idea to drink coffee at 9 o'clock at night. Truth be told, at this point, that's probably just going to keep me leveled enough to stay awake and finish this up. That's what I need to do tonight. I know the coffee was not the source of my sleeping issues. If you guys were paying attention to it, anybody was paying attention to it last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. Because I actually had a day where I avoided caffeine altogether, and I still couldn't sleep that night. That sucked. God, that sucked. I never want to go through that again. I know I'm going to at some point again. It's because on me. I don't want to. Don't like it. I want to give my money to the birds for. Yeah, it's funny. Just for shits and giggles the other night, I'd actually decided I'm going to do, just to see how much it would cost to go, just for me, without my kids, because again, they would not be able to, this would be a trip where I wouldn't want them, to be honest with you. I love my kids to death, but this would be a trip I could not have them on, because they would not tolerate me, and I would certainly not tolerate them under the behavior categories, for both of us. But I was going to see how much would it cost for me to go to the Netherlands and go to the Van Gogh Museum? Just to, and now I went for like the cheapest tickets I could find, and they were like through Aer Lingus out of Philly with a stopover in Dublin. It was like a 10-day round trip thing. Like you could, to make it really cheap, it was like $588 for a round trip. I was like, oh, that's not bad. And I'm like, okay, hotels in the area, and I found one. It was like $100 a night, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try that, and just to see. I would figure how much could I actually live off of, and I'm like, well, I better overestimate that because I always underestimate it every time I go anywhere. Okay, and I'm like, all right, and then let's see, souvenirs, and what I'd be buying from there. Okay, that's this, and okay. And it boiled down to like, even conservatively, just because, again, I'm talking, the souvenirs will kill me, because I know how I'll be the second I get in that goddamn place. Like, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that. Turn to Veruca Salt in there. I want a Van Gogh painting now, Daddy! It was like $6,000, but that was done. Again, I was trying to overestimate, just to make sure I was like, yeah, that ain't happening anytime soon. Kickstart out with that. GoFundMe. I watched the video. I say there was one the other day. It's something that was actually meant, like the guy did it with the intention of like teachers using it in like middle school. So it was very childish in a lot of ways. But the guy was cracking me up because he was supposed to be Vincent, and he's like, I had no money, so I wrote to Theo. I said, Theo, can you send me money? And he did. What a good brother. And it was just, it kept doing it, and you know, every, you know, because I was much of asked for money for Theo, it was like, it was very funny. By the end of it, it was like a running gag, like, isn't he a good brother? Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to forward it to my siblings just to. That'd be funny. But the he'd had another video though. It was like 10 facts you didn't know about Van Gogh. Van Gogh. Yeah. They had even a worse butchering of it. Like it wasn't even like there's some people like it's like Van Gogh is the real like Dutch way of saying it, but like there are some that just Van Gogh. Like it's just really bad, and I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely like a European thing to like a British thing to screw like very. Like, it sounded like they had a hairball, but anyway. But he was doing like all of these facts you did not know, and then I watched the video and I'm like, I literally knew every single one of them, and they were even things like that were more obscure stuff about where he worked when he was, you know, before he started painting and stuff. Being a teacher's assistant, etc. And I'm like, I knew all this. God, this video is false advertising. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a freak, actually. That's probably what it is. There probably aren't many people in the world that like to relax during work sometimes. Like I'll turn to, there's a site, it's VanGoghsLetters.org or something like that. There's those. I don't even know what it is anymore. It's just saved on my favorites, so I'll just find it that way. On my work computer, sorry, not here. But look it up, you'll find it. It's just all letters, and they're annotated, and you can just look whatever. What pictures was this with? Oh, okay, there you go. And I did a little, So it's a good site. If you're into that sort of thing, which I am. So. Get the cheeks sweating in here because it's like it's not October weather yet. Like somebody forgot to tell, the weather that October arrived. So I get on that, please. Isn't your good brother? I said, Theo, I need money. Can you send some? He did. Isn't your good brother? He gets to the part two. He gets to the end, and near the end, I should say, when he's after Vince got Alzheimer's, me. And went to visit Theo in Paris. He gets to the point where he talks about he feels that Johanna was trying to like boot him out of the house, whatever. And I think that's one of those things where it's not quite the same as like, because again, she really was like the secret hero of the story, so I don't know whether it's really legit that she was like, get him out of the house. Unless it was more of like he definitely needs help. Still, that's why she wanted him out of the house. Not necessarily like get him out because I don't want him here. Like, but the he's describing it like, Joanne yells at me all the time, and it's like, and she tells Theo she doesn't want me here, and it's like the way he describes it is very much like George Thorogood's, So I go to my best friend's house, and man, I'm outdoors. Maybe they stay here a couple days. So let me go ask my wife. I don't know, man. She kind of funny. I know. Everybody funny. Now you funny too. Has a very much of that vibe. Made me laugh. I'm just trying to picture Teo. I don't know, man. She's kind of funny. Vincent, I know. Everybody funny. You funny too, Teo. Not bad. Getting there. Oh, oops. Forgot to turn my headphones back on so they went dead on me. Lovely. Well, I can listen to this. It's alright. I can listen to this with you guys. I actually kind of like this. I had to laugh. Some thunderstorms rolled through here last night, and I had no idea because I sleep every night now with the thunderstorm like sound app going. So laying there, you know, and actually my app at some point during the night had turned off. So the thunderstorms were rolling. I just thought it was my app. Mind you, I'd taken NyQuil, and I'd also taken the melatonin I take now every night to try to go to sleep. So it was like I was gone. It was just like thunder. You know. Alright, what do we got here? That's just about it for the church? Look, it's just about it for the church, isn't it? Oh, you know we gotta do the, this bit. That's what we gotta do. For that, I'm going to need a buddy. I need a friend here. I gotta try to be careful this. I put shit on top of it. Oh, don't fall, don't fall. You're doing too much important stuff here. I better move this. We got a bunch of fog machines from my in-laws when they moved out of their house. Need it for Halloween, you know? Actually, come think about it. Are we short one? We had two. I thought we had 3 last year. What happened to the third one? Oh, you know what? They threw one out, I think. Let's buy another one then. Shoot! We have to do that. I wasn't even thinking, because we need one for the gargoyle. Because he breathes. Alright, and my photo dropped. Alright. So we got a piece right about here. Well, it's going to be about here. Okay. In that, we got one thing goes like this. Two things go like that. I was watching there was a video, I forget who the maker of the video was, you know, but he was talking about pricing your artwork, and his theory was basically just pretty much just price it entirely on square inches as a starting point, at least for, and if everybody, you know, all artists did this, just to basically try to change the art market a little bit. And he said, you know, 16 by 20, which I think is what this one is. Start at $2 square inch as your base price. So in other words, okay, that'd be $720, right? Yeah, 720 bucks to start with. And then he says, okay, well then you get it framed, you know, you double the price of the framing on it. So if you pay $100 for a frame, you pay, you know, you charge an extra $200 on top of it. So you get your money back not just for the frame, but also because you've used your talent to pick frames out that will complement your work. And then he's like, what else did he say? There's some suggestions about, like, you know, okay, and then you add on to it, like, you know, any type of expenses that you would have, say, for transportation to and from the gallery, and if a gallery's commissions and stuff, you know, like the gallery's going to double the price. So now whatever you had $720, now the thing's $1,420 or whatever. And then you add on, like I said, the frame. Now you're at, you know, $1,600 or something. And it blew up like fast for a 16 by 20 painting. I'm like, okay, that's all well and good, dude, but you know, there's a couple problems here. Even people that are not necessarily anything more than, say, and I'm trying not to make this sound like I'm not trying to be ignorant sounding, but like anything more than like recreational painters. They had no real intention, and they just started like, I got this thing and I'm doing it, you know, whatever. Somebody, oh, you like it? Okay, well, you know what? I'll sell it to you for like $50. Like, those types of people will be what constantly will push the market back down versus your perfect idea, and that's unfortunate because then people will stumble upon those first. I mean, I'm with him that if you get the painting into a gallery, the gallery's going to, you know, charge probably 50%, so you do need pretty much to just jump that up immediately. And that means then anywhere else that you may show or sell that piece at that point on, it has to be at that higher rate. Or if, like, you know, someone sees your stuff at the gallery and says, hey, I like this piece, I sold for $1,400, do you have anything cheaper, you know, or in similar size, something different? I don't want that one. You should still kind of keep the pricing the same, and then, like, also, like, you know, hey, I sold, but you can offer like a little discount, like, okay, I'll give you 10% off for this other piece, starting at $1,500 or whatever, you know. And then you call the gallery and say, hey, I'm going to write you a check for 20% or whatever, you know. So this way the gallery is still kind of like, okay, well, they're on the up and up with us. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a terrible concept that he was offering. It's just like, I was like, there's some, it's a wonderful dream. And I would love to go entirely with that, but there are a couple factors that went like a little off on it, because there's, you know, because he was talking about how, like, sometimes pricing is, you know, could be all over the place if you're an artist, and, you know, because you price some things, you know, you think are better, cheaper than, you know, or better because you do them more expensive than something that someone else may think is better. So in other words, to them, they can't understand why. Yeah, like I'll say that, like, I'll use an example I think I have that probably people would be very questionable about, or question me about it, is like my study of Yosef Israel's The Last Breath. I have priced on my website at $950. Oh. Yeah, I don't need that. Anyway, I think that's right. I want to make sure I'm not quoting people wrong. Yeah, I have it at $950, whereas my View of Tulips and my Horseshed in Winter, which are technically larger paintings, are cheaper. And the reasoning behind that is because I think that The Last Breath is A, a better painting, and B, I kind of want to hold on to it, sort of. In other words, I want it to be, if someone's going to buy it, they got to want it more than me. I think $950 is a good marker for that kind of idea of, if you want it, you gotta, you got one more than me. Just like the reason the horse shed and tulips are as high as they are, too, are kind of that similar concept, based on the idea that they got one more than my wife. You know? I mean, I hate to put it so bluntly in that way, too. I think, oh, I haven't put it up yet, that's right. Like, when I put up the Hiroshige copy, I'm going to have to do the same thing. It's going to have to be more than, no, not there, there. More than, you know, it's going to have to be more than, say, like the water carrier, even though they're about the same size painting. My kids want to hold on to the Hiroshige copy because I had a little kitten and, you know, the cat and the thing. Whereas nobody really seems to want to hold on to the water carrier, except for, you know, I mean, I like it, but I'm not opposed to getting rid of it either. It's one of those things. It's like you have to have a kind of a price to sell and a price to hold. If that makes sense. I mean, like I said, I get what he was going for. I really do. I understand it, but it's just... There's other factors involved that I know I always have, at least. And I imagine there are plenty of other people that do as well. Oh, I still gotta finish up that frickin'... Not done in the middle yet. Alright, let's count. Let's count. What do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And like 4 and 5 are real close together at the bottom there. So we're gonna be like 1 and 2. And then we're gonna go 3, 2, 1. Is it 100%? No, it's not. That's alright. Try to straighten it up a little bit. Make it work. Put a little bit of this stuff in there. Alright. I don't know why I turned into Al Pacino. I like what Frank Caliendo says. He says, Al just turned into a little kid, it seems. Like he just literally little kid phrases now. Liar, liar, pants on fire! Alright. Yeah, let's start that wall with this color. Like we're going to start the wall down here with that. It's not going to be that color to finish, but we're going to start that way. I'm just kind of tapping in there. I don't really need to... guess it is from there. I don't know what he's building. He's selling something. Just peeking on Mike. Doing a little cyber stalking. I be like Jacques Cousteau and secretly watching the Mike in his natural habitat. The camera, he twitches it. The Theseus paradox does this to attract mates. I don't know, I have no idea. Oh, there's my CPU. No, it sounds like it's going crazy, but it's actually showing not bad. Okay, good. I was concerned that if I was running him in this at the same time, they're gonna give me shit. They're gonna give me shit. Alrighty. Ah, shit. I just realized what I forgot to do. Ah, god damn it. I'm gonna have to run up real quick and get the medicine. I forgot to take the medicine I was supposed to take when I went on break. Alright, now it's probably as good a time as any then. We're going to put this last bit here. As good a time as I need to run up there and do it real quick. Throw that over there for a second. Oh, I got one person in here right now anyway. Hi, Mom. Alright, let me... Boop. Enjoy the music. Transition. There we go. Back in the saddle again. You know, when I was a kid, I would double knot my shoes so they would not come undone. And I still double knot my shoes, and they come undone all the time. I don't quite understand how. It seems counterintuitive. Alright, let's see what we need. Well, I want some flavor. Anyway, swear I used to be much more high class when I would paint. It's be like really philosophical. All that good stuff. Alright, so I don't have to worry about which ones are in the front. I'm gonna mix this in on the canvas. Shit, you know, I just learned this term too. I don't know why I did not know this term. And I should have known this term, but I just learned this. Now I forgot again, so that's how good my brain goes. Alright, I know it's about that time. Jesus Christ, my YouTube, like, literally every night now, about 10 o'clock. Like, as soon as it gets near there, it's like, hey, alla prima, that's what it's called. Alla prima. Anyway, you mix it on canvas. Like you do, like, wet on canvas. And you try to get the pictures in there like this. That's what it's called. Alla prima. Anyway. Though the video I learned from was actually like not a very good example of how to do it, and it's pretty. Oh, it's mixed with a palette knife, never a brush. That was terrible. Anyway, no, but every night my YouTube now like goes right to, hey, it's, you know, you want to listen to Gentle Thunderstorms? It's like right now. Like, I know it's bedtime. It's almost bedtime. I get it. But then don't get me wrong, because the second I go upstairs, I turn into like Dave Chappelle's crackhead on the Chappelle show. Like, you guys got any more of those thunder sounds? So I don't want it like as blended in as up there. We're gonna have other colors mixed in here too. Like, we're mixing that in here. This is darker tone in here, you know, like of darker stones. So we got a lot more room to play with, and really just the darker tone I used here as the base is just really more like to be again grout. Everything else is going to be on top of it. That one. Ooh, my eye's starting to go. Don't do this to me, dude. It's so crazy. Like, literally anything I get now, sinus-wise, immediately, my eyes go to shit. Like, my, see, now, okay, I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again, because nobody's here. Nobody hears. The ear, nose, and throat guy I went to many years ago. Back when I was working for Sprint PCS, so we're talking 2001, 2002 area. Let me see. Yes. I think it was late 2000. Late 2001? Shit, it might have actually been early 2002. I don't remember when I exactly started there. Now I think about it. But anyway, doesn't matter. The anyway, once I got insurance, I was like, dude, I've got it. I used to suffer from, well, I still do on occasion, what they call compound headaches. All right, aka suicide headaches. It's another one of their names, because they get so bad that, like, like you just go, well, I might as well, because this is just terrible. Like it's unbearable pain sometimes. And I used to black out from it sometimes. You know. Or one night my mom had to like call me out of working at a restaurant I worked at because I'd already fallen asleep. Like, honestly, I fell asleep. I passed out, like flat out, on the floor of my living room. So they're fun. Anyway, but at the time we all thought they were like sinus related. That's what they were, because it was all along that stretch. Like it was all along here, you know, and up around this area and in this area. And it felt like something was digging out of the back of my eye. Like that's the way the pain literally felt like something was trying to get out. Like I said, I didn't know what they were at the time. I didn't know that they were called compound headaches or any of that stuff. Like, just knew I had fucking headaches. And my physician at the time, my normal physician, just thought, you know, you probably have some sinusitis, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, but I've had that before, and this is different. This hurts a lot more. But eventually I went to the nose and throat guy. He's like, well, you have a deviated septum. We'll straighten that out. Maybe that'll help. So I went to the surgery for the deviated septum. And, you know, he did all the x-rays and stuff or whatever. I guess it was a CAT scan I had to do. He looks at it and goes, you know, I look at your scan here. He goes, your sinus cavity looks like an alien's. Look at this. This is everywhere. And it's like, and he shows me the scan of my, like, meh, like it turns in and that, like it's crazy. It was nuts looking. Like having studied anatomy because of art, it's like it was fucked up looking. How does this happen? Like he's asking me. I'm like, how the fuck I know? I mean, I can tell him is I broke my nose when I was younger. Like, you know, I should say I broke my nose. Brother's friends broke my nose, but we were playing football. I just didn't catch the ball. And it went. My nose went everywhere. Blood. Anyway, I assume that's the incident that did it. I have to. It was. I never experienced a bloody nose like that before in my life. That literally exploded everywhere. But anyway, so you know, I'm like, that's the only thing I can think of, doc. Like, you know, I don't got any other clue. So he does the surgery and everything, and then a few years later, I'm still getting them right. And then I go to another doctor because I had changed insurance from I had the insurance I had with Quest Diagnostics, and that was an HMO, so I had to like get approvals and I had to pick certain doctors. And the doctor I went to, he looks at it, he goes, now I had a thing on the side of my face, it was a lump, and my normal physician was like, it's just a cyst, no big deal. I go to my ear, nose, and throat guy, and he goes, yeah, your sinus are messed up. What the fuck's that thing on your face? And I was like, my doctor says it's cyst. He goes, I want to get rid of that. He goes, we gotta get rid of that. He goes, I had a feeling, I get rid of that. He goes, your headache's gonna go away. And he went through, and but because of HMO, you have to go through the CAT scans, you have to get the MRIs, you have to get all this other bullshit done. And he's looking through all the stuff, and the guy, he diagnosed it as a Werther's tumor. Werther's tumor might be Werther's original. No, but basically, it's a type of benign tumor that most people get when they're in, like most men will get when they're in their 50s. I was lucky enough to get one in my 20s. And he goes, oh, you'll get another one too, by the way. He goes, probably on the other side. And normally they're completely like harmless. It was like a lump, like nothing. But mine ended up on, like, literally sitting on the facial nerve that controls all your involuntary functions. So all the shit that, like, just controlling your blood flow and, you know, how you process shit, like, you know, whatever, like, all that was being screwed over by this stuff. And he did look at my sinuses, too, and he went, you know, he goes... He took care of it. He straighten out your septum? I said, well, he did what he could, I guess. Because it doesn't look like he did. I was like, well, I had the thing, like, I mean, like, this is so disgusting, but, like, they had a, I forgot what they called it, compound or whatever. They had something shoved up my nose. And I had, like, a bandage I had to keep up like that, like this all the time, and I was out for, like, I guess, like, what, almost a week or whatever. And, he pulled it out, and it was like the clown pulling or a magician pulling the handkerchief, like just keeps coming. Like he starts pulling the stuff out, and I'm like, okay, it's gonna come out, right? Okay, and I'm like, he's still going. He's just, and I'm like, holy shit, like he's gonna pull out my brains, like just, and then it starts pulling the real part of it, and I was like, ah, and he might as well have pulled a rabbit out of my goddamn nose because it hurt so badly. And it was just this big old, like stiff, piece of plastic or whatever that was up there that he was using to try to straighten out my sinus cavity. But like I said, the other doc says he didn't do a very good job with it. I'm sure I did something wrong in the post-care for it, like I slept funny or something on it. Before it was like fully healed. I don't know, I was willing to bet money on that. Almost 10. I think I'm going to have to cut it sooner than I wanted to, just because. Dude, look at this. Mike's got like all sorts of dynamic camera switches and shit. You got 3 cameras. Should I put a face cam back up? I don't know if I should or not. I don't know. No, that's not what I wanted to do, you stupid ass. That's what I'm doing. Okay. I just don't see a point behind it. Like, I'm not my selling point here. Like, let's be honest. I do wish Doug would stop in again. I don't know if he's been silent about it. I would like to get him in. It's because he had said something about, like, wanting to work again. And I'd like to talk him into doing this subject. Or doing one that I've done already, and I can get him, like, or something on here. So this way, again, I can kind of, like, pull up a compare and contrast idea, and do some critiques. There's definitely parts of this that remind me of some of the traditional Japanese music I have on mine. I mean, obviously they're going to sound similar, but I'm waiting for like the little Japanese lady. That sounds very. Can't remember what that song's called from Tool. This is one of those things where you kind of almost are. I'm almost throwing in so much that it eventually will just blend in to one spot. Like it'll just. At least that's the intention. Ma alla prima. Sounds very. Alla prima. This would be better plain air, though. I would like to do that again. So I have no idea the logistical nightmare it would be to try to do it while doing Twitch, because my plan is, data plan would go through the fucking roof. It'd be nightmarish, but it would be nice to do. Not much left on there now, but give me some of it. Again, we're on that push, man. What are we at? 48 now? Right? I think that's what I said earlier. Yeah, 48. We're getting close to that push for 50. Well, we're on that push for 50. At 50, there'll be a giveaway of the drawing I've been working on in my lunch breaks. You can check it out on Instagram at Menaceart. It's on my Facebook too, which is Brian Coates Paintings. Feel free to follow and join on either one of those. I certainly would appreciate it. There's also prints for sale of my View of Tulips from the Two Society Studios website. $12. 12 by 12 by 18. Right? Is that right? No, that's not right. Yeah, 12 by 20. Wait, no. Hold on. Wait, I gotta check the fucking site. I don't remember what there. Yeah, go there. 12 by 18. Yeah, they were 12 by 18. $12. Covers shipping, handling. Comes with a certificate of authenticity because it's the first run of these things. Now signed. Certificate signed. They're numbered 1 through 50. Actually, now we sold a 5th earlier today. Last week. Today. Or no. Last night. Sorry. Last night was when the person came by. Time gets fuzzy for me. So that person only charged 10 because they actually came to the house to get it. Well, pay. They didn't get it last night. I don't know why they bought it, but they haven't gotten it yet. Figure I can get it sometime. Or we're dropping off with them. I don't know how it's to be done. My wife's handling most of that part because it's her friend. Anyhow. But they're $12. So it covers everything. No extra shipping charges on top of that. That's it. Anything done there goes right back to here, man. Goes back into its tubes of paint. That's fucking. I had some fun with a buddy of mine who's like not anywhere, has no idea about the art world at all at work, and I was saying something about what I've been working on and stuff, and then I was complaining about how fucking expensive everything is as an artist, and he had no idea what I was actually talking about. He's not an artist, so I was like, look, oh, is there something? If something that said something that cost $30, I was like, dude, that's literally a tube of paint for me. And I was like, it's not even a full tube of paint. Like I'm like, I was like, some of the tubes of paint, like cobalt, which I need soon. It's like $33 or something like that for a tube of paint. And I was like, or I could be an asshole and I could buy this one. And I sent him. And I'm not trying to say that. Because God knows, if they ever wanted to sponsor me, I absolutely would take it. But like this Lucas company, man, they make really expensive tubes of paint. So like, my cousin gave me this one. I looked it up on Amazon, and it's like, oh my god, I think it's punctured. No, don't be punctured. I can't tell if it's just shit that's on the desk or if it's actually been losing linseed oil out of it. God, don't be punctured. I love this color. It's cobalt violet. French ultramarine violet. Sorry. It's very liquidy here, though. It looks like it's been punctured. I don't know how I got punctured, but anyway, the this one is like $33, and their cobalt is right now listed on Amazon at least at $78, something like that. And he was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, "Yeah, that's the good stuff too." I said, I was like, "I'd buy the cheap shit." Again, don't want to make it sound bad. Winsor Newton, if you guys want to sponsor me with your Winton colors, I'm totally fine with that. God, it would be amazing. Go spank off to that idea. Sponsors for paints. Let's put it this way. Years ago, when I was in college, I don't remember which hurricane it was, came through, flooded my parents' basement, as it always seemed like they always did before. And my carton, like I had a big plastic case full of paints down there. And the hurricane came and flooded the basement, and it got into the Tupperware container. And literally I had to pour literally, the entire thing out, basically, the water. I'm like, there's water in my paints. There's no way they didn't get water in my paints. Absolutely had to got something there. So we just tossed them on. So I have no idea how to check any of these are good, because they're oil paints. They're not going to do well once water touches them. That's pretty much it. They're dead. And so everyone had they shit their pants when I had to buy new ones, because I had to replace the whole set. And you guys have seen, I think, before in here, the variety of colors I have. It was like, and this was 1995 money, so gives you a hint. It was $560, I think, at Pearl. My buddy Dad was with me. He fucking had a heart attack. None of my folks ever claimed that. I should have claimed that. The homeowners. Alright. I think that's going to be it for tonight. I'm pretty excited where we got to. I'll be honest with you. I know it doesn't seem like there's something to be really excited about. But the fact of the matter is that I wasn't expecting to hit this wall until tomorrow night. So we can finish this up tomorrow night, because we still got the trim or whatever on the molding or whatever on it. We could be in the grass. And in the bushes and trees and shit tomorrow. At some point. If we can get to those, there's still going to be touch-ups. There's still stuff I can tell you. I'm just looking at it and I know I have to go back to them. Like, there's stuff up here that needs to be done, but it can't be done right now while it's wet on wet. It just won't work. I don't have the skill for it, let's put it that way. Not anymore. I might have, but 20 years ago, but now I don't. But there's stuff, there's stuff we can do. I fixed one little problem there. Actually, it's probably going to want to do that too. I got just one other thing there. Just this is going to get me. This is what it'll get me. This is how it'll get me. It's going to get you. Because there's actually another one behind it that you can sort of see. That's why it's like that. Anyway, yeah, no. So I'm stoked to where we got to. This is good. This is good movement. Medicine's starting to kick in a little bit, so I'm getting a little. Oh. Yeah, there's a couple spots along the lining here that we're going to want to hit. There's just a few touches I know I'm going to need to go back to a little bit. But if we can get this done here, get into the grass, that means I'll be stretching canvas this weekend because we may not be needing to be working on this past Sunday, which is fucking amazing to me. Sunday is what? Today's, let's say, today's the 4th, right? 3rd. Tomorrow's the 4th, okay. So, that's so that means that, okay, so this, tomorrow's the 4th. What's 7th, right? 7th? Yeah. So if we're doing that by the 7th, man, that's huge. I'll need to get, I don't have anything ready right now, so that's like, I have that one canvas there, I have an oval, but I wasn't planning to do that one at all anytime soon. Shit. I'm going to have to figure something out. So if we I don't think we're finishing tomorrow. I don't think that's possible. But we finish Sunday, that'd be great. And then, it'd be ideal. Like I got Oreo side tonight as a follower. That's fucking awesome. Thank you very much, man. Or girl, I don't know. I got in trouble one time with that. I didn't get in trouble, but they were like, I'm a girl. I'm like, oh, sorry. Anyhow, if I get another follower tomorrow night and I get 50th on Sunday and I finish it up on Sunday, it'd be fucking great. That'd be cool. Also give me something to fill out the episode because I don't think it would last very long into the Sunday. Yeah. Oh shit, is Walking Dead back Sunday? I have to check that. I think it is. So it might be a short Sunday. So maybe we won't finish it Sunday. Whatever. But yeah, we're going to cut it for now. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, be back into it. Like I said, maybe finish up this wall and hit the grass. Be cool. Peace.